field. Now we are going into the multiverse theory. Uh, so many things are just wrong about these things. Men are just trying to look for a way out, and science continues to prove things, but it cannot disprove God or the existence of God. Scripture talks about even the very case of heaven. It just proves again that heaven is a real place. It just proves that man comes to the idea that there's another verse or another universe out there. I'll put heaven in that place. There's more to life than meets the eye. So as fast as we come to a conclusion, the Bible talks about man trying to more or less push out God. Even when God comes to their mind, they try to remove God, but it's impossible because every fingerprint of God is all around us. The very idea that life is here prove that God exists. We can't find where life is. Our conscience come to matter, right? Non-living things become living. It's just a circular argument that we are looking for ways to disprove God, and the more we try, the more we prove God. Quantum physics tells about their particles could come in and out of existence. God been saying from scripture that God is here, there, and everywhere. Look, more science comes with ideas, as the more it proves that God is possible, God is real, and He's constantly aware of what we are doing. The bottom line is sin is the problem, and the more we fight our own nature, is the more we're going to reveal the hand of God. The more we fight our own nature, the Bible talks about our sinful nature. No matter how far we go, how much ideas we come to, man still produces the same thing. Either we produce good or evil. As a matter of fact, we continue to wrestle against our own selves. So I thank God for giving us the wisdom to make these videos, giving us the ability to build technology. But regardless of what we do, we'll still come back to the principle. Watch the movies that are coming out. Man are trying more and more to produce their own way of thinking, more and to push out the ways of God. So you look at the movies constantly, you will see globalism, you will see New World Order. Bit by bit, these things are going to come in, and so on. God continues to tell us, be aware that what is happening is man is going to try their best to fight against the nature of God. They're going to promote more homosexuality. They're going to promote more self-awareness, more me than you, man than God. You look at it. Things are going to change, and they're going to change for the worse. We think we're going to get rid of the law of God, but man is going to put in his own law, and it's going to get more difficult. Look at social media. There's social shaming. Men will shame one another. They used to say that God is a dictator, but now man is becoming more dictator than God. A police officer could have a drunk, been at a party, and he get drunk at a party, and he's not even on duty, but yet still men are going to judge him. He's an officer. Even in your private life, times that you're not at work, men are becoming more judgmental than the scriptures themselves. The same scriptures, they say that God is a dictator. We are now being dictators of our own lives, and for the worse, not even for the better. We are now finding ways and excuse to kill the elderly. Oh, they're sick, they're dying, they're in pain. We kill them. We find ways now to kill the baby. Oh, scripture is so barbaric. They used to offer up babies to gods, but now we offer up our babies because we don't want them. We can't afford them. It's not yet a baby. We change the name. We change the principle. Man is getting more and more devious, and the more we look at it, the more we will see that the Bible and the scripture is true. Sooner or later, look at the Middle East, constant war. The Bible speaks about these wars. It speaks about man coming against men. Men rather their own pride more than the relationship with God. Look, they're going to eventually want to fight and war with Israel. They're going to fight and war with believers, right? The reason, listen, Donald Trump just won the election, and now it's going to look like the Christians are at fault. The Christians are the one who are preaching a hate message and a hate speech, but we are breaking down as a society. Men don't even know if they are men anymore. I'm a man in a woman's body, I'm a woman's in a man. Children are total confusion. You can look at these things and think that the world is getting any better. It's actually deteriorating. And deteriorating. A doctor cannot speak out against these things when he knows in his heart that this thing is it's wrong. It's causing a delusion, social instability. Look, no matter what you say, no matter how you put it, it is a destruction for our own well-being. This is a false flag, Trojan horse indoctrination by media, by our politicians, by our government, and so on. And they are teaching us that it's okay. Listen, the more they teach us, the more new diseases are going to come out. Not just diseases. I don't want to bring fear, but you gotta be aware. You gotta understand that what's happening is the breakdown of society on a whole, and they're attacking religion, which takes away the border of direction, which takes away a structure that we can each think for ourselves. Listen, you get rid of God, you give others the ability to rule over you. And see, with God as a strong point or as your foundation, a matter of fact, with Christ as your strong point or your foundation, you cannot be brainwashed, because you know He is the way and the only way. But when we start looking at other ways and we say there is no God, we open up ourselves to be dictated by someone else who believe they are right, who believe that you might be wrong. You're going to challenge you. As a matter of fact, you give authority to those who have might. What I mean by that, you give authority to those who have power over you. If God doesn't have power over you, somebody else has power over you. And so long as you don't got the money, so long as you don't got the wealth, so long as you don't got the education, someone else will always be brighter than you, smarter than you. They will always have the insight over you. But if you take that output or that view on life and put it into the hands of God, you will know that God is the one who has power over us. That man who believes he has power over you, that government who believes that they have power over you, you will not be dictated, or we will not be dictated or ridiculed. Even if they imprison us, we know that we have victory over them when we trust in God. But without God, you have no hope. Without God, whoever has power over you, that's it. You got to put your trust in Him. I pray that they are good and kind. Pray that they want the best for you. But why should they? When they have their own families, they have their own cares. Their cares may not be your cares. All they care about in your life is that you produce and they will gain. You work and they will reap the reward. But with God, we may die, but yet still we will live. And those things that are laid in heaven, moth nor rust will take it. So it goes back again to this new teaching, or I shouldn't say new, but it's coming to the forefront of our young men's mind and our people's mind. The universes, the multiverse, that it's just it's also to go against the agenda that God has created all these things, and there's a mind behind the things that are created. But now, by placing a multiverse there, they're trying to say chance is our God. It's because there's chance, and they have so many universes. There's bound to be one that produces life, because our life here is so unique. It's so, a word is fine-tuned to operate and to work. But now they're trying to take away the power